Last time on the Island of Dreams, continuing their adventure deeper into the Seagrow caves, the party were thanked by the Myconid sprouts for saving them. Though the adult Myconids were suspicious of outsiders, the little sprouts vouched for them, sharing their feelings of gratitude and hope that spread to the adults. The party witnessed a vision of death and decay coming from the adult Myconids as they discovered the elders were inflicted with some form of illness. But the party reassured them with their own feelings of wanting to help. Through some chemical tests and observations, Wilma was able to deduce that the sickness was coming from within. Something the Myconids were breathing in the air was causing them to become ill, and only by finding and eliminating the source would the Myconids be able to recover. Once the party made the connection that the stench of sulfur could be the problem, they used their sense of smell to guide them further within the cave, leading up to a small cavern full of crystals. In the middle of the crystal cave were three fume drakes, wispy green dragons polluting the air with noxious gas. Working together, the party soon dispatched the drakes. At the far end of the crystal cave, a large orange crystal caught their gaze, the crystal blocking a fissure that leads to the fresh air outside. Realizing they need to either destroy or extract the crystal, Wilma suggests the latter, successfully convincing Sayori not to destroy it, but to help them extract it. Grail and Sayori carefully remove the crystal together, and the party agrees to share the profits from it as they realize that the crystallized lava they've obtained holds a baby fire snake within it. Papagina and Sayori check on the Myconids, speaking with the leader, Senenza, who dubs the party lifesavers. Senenza permits the party to take as many of the rainbow rocks with them as they would like. Lucille and Grail gather ore, later sneaking into Frub's room in order to surprise the kobold when he wakes up. Meanwhile, Hiss helps Wilma extract a couple ore and gemstones, which Wilma was successful in determining their magical properties. After celebrating their victory over drink and dinner, the party heads home to their respective houses and goes to bed. As they prepare for sweet dreams, once again, they find themselves dreaming about the Casino of Flying Tigers. Though the collector isn't anywhere in sight, they each decide to spend some time drinking and playing games throughout the night. Papagina loses much of her money at taking a risk on roulette. Lucille plays blackjack with Grail and the tiefling dealer Firefly. Lucille wins most of the rounds, claiming it to be beginner's luck. Wilma, playing at the slots, manages to win 1 gold more than what she started with and decides to call it a night early when she spies her ex, Maddie, flirting with a half-orc. Wilma tries to sneak away without being noticed, but fails terribly. Once again. Wilma retreats to the bar with Grail. Papagina wins most of her money back, and Lucille plays some roulette, faring a little better than Papagina did, but decides to quit while she's ahead. At the end of the night, the collector finally emerges from his office, making his usual pitch to his guests, seeking to purchase their dream of the casino from them, as long as they agree to sign over their rights in the form of a lengthy contract. Lucille and Grail both turn him down, while Papagina and Wilma eagerly sign in exchange for 300 gold. When each of them awakens, Lucille had lost all her winnings, Grail regained all his lost gold, and Wilma and Papagina walks away with the 300 gold the collector had given, plus whatever winnings they had left over from the casino. Putting this information together, the collector's mentioning of preservation became more clear. If you sign his contract, you get to keep whatever gold you make at the casino, but if you don't sign, the dream fades, as does the consequences of the casino, for good or ill. After all, without being properly preserved, a dream will always become nothing more than a memory. Change up the music. Not that one. This one. So. It's the dawn of a new day. As you go about your usual morning routines, you check the mail as you always do, even though you're not expecting much. So far, most of the mail you received has been the occasional letter from your fellow islanders. Though you all sent letters to friends and loved ones when the Compass Rose departed, letting friends and family know you're well and how business is faring on the island, you've yet to receive a single letter from the mainland in return. You were starting to wonder if the captain managed to deliver them safely, or maybe he simply crashed his ship again and your letters would be lost forever. Yet, today is the first time you discover your mailbox is stuffed with not just one, but 2 whole letters. Woo. So, I'm going to share them.
No, I do not care about my car insurance.
No, there's no junk mail. This is a cozy campaign. Those are frustrating.
Not another credit card application.
That would be funny.
I
Maybe
do not want my Emona gold card. Piss off.
I don't need new windows.
I'm a real estate investor in the area, and I'm interested in buying your house. Too bad, piss off.
Ooh,
Grail, this is your letter. You can read it aloud. So I don't have to.
should I read it in my daddy's voice?
Yes.
A duck!
Grail's dad is a duck. I knew it.
That explains so much.
Grill. Hope this letter finds you. Tell me, boy, what news of the island and the goddess? Still feels odd calling her as that. I thought she was some sort of circus performer when we first met. Don't tell anyone, though. Word is they're using kobolds to build houses there, but surely they're only rumors. Imagine kobolds building a tropical island paradise. Ha! What are they going to use for materials? Twigs and pebbles?
Whoa!
Don't forget to write. Your uncle and I are curious about curious to know how much progress you've made. I bet you're the best dwarven craftsman on the island by now. You're a rock seeker after all, and don't you forget it. Dad. Oh, and just so you know, Sarah, if you remember with the Rock Seeker brothers, one of them was dead. So,
Aw.
he only has one uncle.
Okay.
There's
That's right. I forgot. There. But you brought him back. Resurrection does exist in D&D, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but you guys didn't have resurrection back then when you found his corpse.
And resurrection costs some money, so...
Surely they have enough money for it by now. Alright, it's fine. Good job.
There's a lot of also racist words here about kobolds, but I make sure to edit all them out. He's from a different generation. We don't appreciate you hanging out with all them scalies, Grail.
Austin and Chris will have to read their letters next time. Soto, Austin actually wrote your letter. He did a very good job. I approved it.
And that means that Catherine has to do the right voice for it.
I was going to have Austin do it, but he's not here. So, Catherine, you get to read it.
There's so many.
Oh, so I get like 3 paragraphs. She gets a giant fucking essay. I see how it is.
Hey, Austin only had to write 1. I had to write, what, 4? I can't math. Yes. No, I had to write 5, technically. Yes.
Okay.
Do the
Soto,
voice.
my dear boy, I trust this letter finds you not buried beneath some forgotten ruin or haggling over the provenance of cracked statuary in a back alley market, though knowing you, it is likely both. The halls of the archive are quieter without your endearing questions and coffee-stained charts. Even old Barlow was caught sighing at your absence, though she claims that it is frustration brought on by the new librarian's filing system. Regardless, your paper detailing the connections between the Age of Dreams and Age of Gods continues to circulate in whispers, as all the best ideas do. You've left quite a mark. I hear you still aspire to open your antique shop. Do remember, a storefront is no substitute for a sharp eye and a well-fed curiosity. The real treasures, as you know, are rarely labeled and never polite enough to sit still on a shelf. Trust your instincts, especially when they tell you to go left instead of right, or to open the door no one else notices. If by chance you stumble across any relics bearing the seal of House Viron, or any bronze rings engraved with that strange double serpent motif we discussed last autumn, please write me immediately. I have a few suspicions I'd rather not commit to paper. Until then, observe everything, doubt half, and record more than you think you need. And for the love of the archive, be careful. The past has a way of looking back. In friendship and expectation, Alfred von Orbas, patron of the Society for Antiquity, head archivist of the Obsidian Index, and also send regards to my darling niece.
Yay. And then Wilma, you got a letter too.
All right.
It's just all her debts, what she owes. Big list.
Oh,
Giant bill.
I had to think for a minute, but then I had a good one. It's a good. Well,
Loan
I
shark.
mean, you can
coming to
decide
play.
if it's good or not.
Yeah, loan
But-
shark. Yeah.
Let's see. Bills, loan shark, debtors. Okay, that one's going right in the bin, and the bin explodes. Right, and I believe this is one of your characters, Sarah, so...
Oh, okay. I'll read it.
Yeah.
Hey Wilma, my big brother Ryunosuke told me how you gave him some advice for opening his hot springs as a business. So I was just wondering, if it's not too much to ask, do you think you could do the same for a friend of mine? Her name is Hilda, and she has a dream of becoming a blacksmith, but she's even more introverted than Rio, if you can believe it. I'm sure she could benefit from a little friendly encouragement from such a strong, independent businesswoman such as yourself. I left a note on the request board in case you forgot to check the mailbox, or if someone else wanted to help out. But after hearing all you did for Rio, I wanted to ask you specifically if you're available sometime today. I'm sure Hildy would appreciate it too. Anyway, you can find details about where to find Hildy's house on the request board. Not many people know where it is, which is part of our problem, so I made sure to mark it on the map. Hope to hear from you soon, Sayori.
Well, looks like I've got a new business venture coming up.
Ignoring the fire elemental being summoned in your garbage bin now. That's trying to just attack everything.
Here's what. Would you mind dumping that out into the water there? Egg, you're a lifesaver, thanks!
You're all the lifesavers now.
Well, clearly Wilma's loan shark has to also be a gnome.
And then all of you find this letter in your mailbox. So. Hey there, neighbor. Sayori told me you helped her save the Myconids the other day. I also know how you helped Ryunosuke with his hot springs and me with my shrine. You've only come to the island recently, but you've already done so much for our family and the island. I'm sure she's informed you already, but Renara asked me to help you and your colleagues with creating an itinerary for the new tour guide program. Of course, I would have volunteered for the job regardless, if only to express my gratitude for all your hard work. I have a few ideas in mind. It may take us more than one day if we're going to explore the entire island, so we'll be camping overnight. Make sure to bring a sleeping bag, but leave the food and drinks to me. I want to give you an authentic island experience. Hope you're okay with roughing it for a couple days. Come to my Rainbird Shrine tomorrow at dawn. I'll be there for all today as well if you have any questions you'd like to ask in advance. Looking forward to work with you, Makoto.
And we all got that letter.
Yes, you all got that one. So you all know for certain, I mean, you know, whether you read the letter or not, you would have been informed in advance that tomorrow you're supposed to meet with Makoto in order to pretty much just discuss, like, the tour guide. Like, go on the tour yourself. You guys are going to be the little guinea pigs. But for today... Before I get to that, I want to... So, if anyone wants to write a response to a letter you received, or send a letter to another NPC, or even each other, just write it out and DM it to me at any point. Keep in mind, I will share it and have it read aloud, as we did today. Recording it for the recording and other players to hear, unless you really don't want me to do so. So if you DM it to me outside of our regular session time, we can read aloud at the beginning of our next session. So, just something to keep in mind. So, in-game, as I said, you guys have to meet with Makoto to start planning out the guided tours, but for today, the party is free to do whatever you want, and you don't have to agree on the same activity. If you all want to do different things, that's fine. You can also invite an NPC along if you want some company. But some suggestions, and I'll post these, so just you can have a visual of them. I have a feeling I know which one you're gonna pick, but I figured I'd give you guys the choice. You might surprise me. So you can check the request board and do some side quests. Write a letter to someone. roleplay as your character doing their job. Go to a specific location, such as the library, tavern, beach, hot springs, a shop, whatever. You could do some fishing, mining, or other activity, or spend some time with your favorite NPC. You guys get to pick whatever you want. And for the free day, at least, we're going to divide it into morning, afternoon, and evening, so you can do up to 3 different things. So, either 3 different side quests, 3 different activities, visit 3 different locations. You get the picture. All the options.
I think I know what I want to do.
Feel free to discuss it. Like I said, you don't have to do it together, but you can. It's up to you.
I was thinking, since we don't have the other 2 here, we maybe hold off on setting up the guided tour until we have everyone here. Maybe we can help with the blacksmith, like setting up the blacksmith.
Yeah, I was hoping on doing that this session as well.
Yeah, sounds
I
good.
imagine I'd also spend a little bit of the day trying to not pull my beard out watching the kobolds build shit.
They're learning.
They are doing their best, kind of.
Well, at least this time they've added the right amount of walls. I've never seen anyone try to put up a 3-walled house.
And they only knocked down 1.
No, you can't just stack houses on top of each other infinitely to save space.
Yeah, and another thing Wilma will want to do today is go to her workshop and start putting those crafting materials she got out in the last adventure to use and make something for her shop.
Yeah, I think Soda will probably be doing business stuff in the morning.
Alright, that works.
And then probably my morning is I'll check the request board and see the blacksmith thing, but then I'll wait until we all gather up to do that. So for the morning, I will just oversee some construction. Excuse me, oversee some construction and try to not pull out my hair.
Alright, so you guys want to save like the blacksmith for the afternoon and just work on your job stuff in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Okay, that works. So, okay, this is the part where I'm forced myself to improvise. Yay!
Good.
Alright, so we'll start at the bottom this time. Wilma,
Bottom of the barrel.
what would you like to make for your workshop?
Well, it was noticed that at one of the things that can be made with if the blue quartz she acquired are the magic items, the eyes of the eagle, and with the copper ore she also got, that would also probably be useful, or the frames of those glasses, so Wilma's gonna try her hand at crafting one of those.
Yeah, well, that seems very doable. Alright, and you're gonna use, I'm guessing, some kind of artisan's tools for this?
Yeah. Yeah, for constructing the frames, I believe she'd be using smiths to say, and for or fashioning the quartz into lenses, that would probably be a jeweler's tools check, and that just happens to be the extra proficiency I picked from my subclass because well, it's been established that gemstones are a common component in magic items, so it makes sense.
Awesome. Alright, go ahead and make your roll with your tools.
Alright.
I'm assuming intelligence plus proficiency, as you said.
That is definitely how I'd rule it. That is how I assume it would go. So let's see. That is 17 on the smith. If tools check to make the frames of the eyes of the eagle.
Yeah, that's very good. You are able to do it pretty well. Fairly well, yes. So far, so good.
Oh. Right, so I'm arca of 1 copper or from my character sheet, so I'm down to 1. And now for a jeweler's tools check for or the blue quartz.
Yes.
Alright. And that's pretty good. That's 23 E4 or me aching the lenses.
Ooh, awesome. Yeah, so using your tools respectively, you're able to carefully construct this together, and you have yourself an Eyes of the Eagle magic item. Good job.
And I believe I have. Then my roll 20 compendium, so I'll just bring in that hit. And out up for or the viewers, since that includes the art in the Dungeon Master's Guide to know what they look like. And finally, I have something I can actually sell.
Yes. Which I will mention that at the end of the session. Maybe not this section actually, since you're not all here, but I can still I guess discuss it a little bit, because it will be coming up soon where you guys will be actually selling things. And I'll mention like the rules of how we're going to do that.
Alright.
Because there are some rules just to keep things fair. But yes, you can definitely sell this when you have your guys' little market session. Grand opening session.
Okay, so crafting side quest completed.
Yay! Good job. Okay. Soto, you're up next. What would you like to do to prepare?
I mean, I guess besides just making sure the building is coming along good, I would be spending a lot of time writing letters to, like order forms to my contacts and everything to acquire things to sell.
Sure. So, how it's gonna... I'll go ahead and explain it then, since we can say that this is Soto going to check out where he's going to be selling his items. So to start with, you guys are going to be... You're not going to have actual shop-like buildings just yet. Maybe that'll come later. But for now, you guys are going to be given a stall and the main plaza in which to sell, and you'll all be selling them pretty much side by side. So maybe little friendly competition. Haven't exactly worked out how I want to do it just yet, but That's how it's gonna work, at least for the grand opening anyway, which should be coming up soon. So you can go to we'll say Soto goes to the main plaza and looks at a stall that Grail and the kobolds have been working on, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking, I mean, it's not exactly as you imagined it would be in your, dreams, maybe.
I would say, considering I'm teaching the kobolds how to nail planks together today, I imagine it looks just like this, but with planks instead of pipes.
The angles aren't quite right.
I just imagine it looks like that, but imagine nailed planks instead of pipes.
It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but...
With a very angry Grail in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine. We just put a nice stain on it. I'm sure it'll, a nice cloth over it. Yeah, we can make this work.
I point over at two kobolds, and you two are banned from saws. About 800, there's 20 different planks that have just been sawed 8 times and are useless.
The kobolds are just playing tug of war with the saw.
Mm-hmm.
My saw, no, my saw.
While cutting into wood that needed to be used, yeah.
And one guilty looking inco us to use it is its foot to shove a bunch of sawed off fingers under a desk where no one can see.
Alright. And so then we move on to Grail. So, in addition to you've recently just finished completing all the stalls for the main plaza, making preparations for the grand opening and all the visitors that will be coming to the island. Soonish. But in addition to that, the biggest project that you have going on right now is building an inn so that the visitors will have all the places for the kobolds, or not the kobolds, the visitors to stay while they're visiting the island, because...
You gotta have a place to stay.
Exactly. I mean, you can't just, have them stay at the temple or whatever. That's no way to run a business.
Sleep on the grass. Under the stars like a man.
You guys are trying to attract the fancy smancy people because they got all the money. You want them to spend all the money on souvenirs and maybe even get some investors and stuff. But yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along pretty nicely. I mean, you've definitely done probably most of the work. But the kobolds, they're learning gradually.
They're useful for bringing things to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes they stand in a line and I'll shout a handsaw, and then the first kobold look to the second kobold and go handsaw, and then the second one look to the third one and go saw hand, and the third one look to the fourth one and go saw band, and then eventually just come back as and I'll eventually get a ruler, and I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? All right, whatever.
Alright, so let's say you're installing all the doors into the individual little rooms. There's a lot of doors that you have to go through. And
get that door off the ceiling! That's not where the doors go!
Eventually it becomes kind of almost very repetitive and very relentless. You've done this 1,000 times, so you are becoming an expert door installer, especially with an inn. There's a lot of doors that you have to do. But go ahead and roll me with your tools, whatever tools you want to be using to installing these doors. Go ahead and make me a check. Masonry, that'll work. Go ahead and roll me, I'm guessing, strength plus your proficient. I'm assuming you're proficiency.
Yes, I am proficient.
Yes.
Oh, 18.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, it's pretty easy. You've done this 1,000 times, and it's getting you're like, I could do this in my sleep, but whatever. And
Indeed.
then you see like a pile of kobolds trying to like they're trying their best to help, but they're like stacked up on top of each other trying to reach the top hinge, and then they all just fall over and completely like knock the door off its hinges, and you have to pretty much redo that one.
Bro, we finished the door. Okay, now see, when you want to go outside, you turn the handle, and you can open the door, and when you close the door, it'll lock by itself, alright? And then when you want to come back inside, you walk back inside, turn the door handle, and the door will open. Wait a minute. You mean after I come inside? Yeah. You mean after I go through the door? Yeah. But how do I get through the door without opening it first? And then the kobold just stares at me like completely lost. Blinks one eye at a time.
I think I see the problem. Do ya?
Yeah, do ya? Huh? Yeah.
They're getting there. it's a
I'm gonna have grey hair by the end of this.
I think it's funny that I specifically wrote your dad saying that he bets you're the best dwarven craftsman on the island. Little does he know you're the only dwarven craftsman on the island. But that does make you the best.
The handle opens the door. I know the handle opens the door. How do I get in to open the handle to then open the door?
Oh, I love kobolds. Okay, so that was your morning, pretty much. Just a little quick getting ready for your usual daily stuff. What would you like to do with your afternoon?
You know,
What?
after that disaster, I'm hoping I'm sure going through this lady's blacksmithing shop and setting up will be a piece of cake.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilma's going to go down to the request board for more information on this blacksmithing job, because that's how she'll be able to find out where Hilda even lives.
Alright, let me open
Oh,
up.
a little bit of a side tangent that you might like, Sarah, but when I ran Rhyme of the Frost Maiden with my group here, they rescued some kobolds from a mine, and 2 of them were sawing beam supports because they liked the saw. And they wanted the kobold. They didn't want to kill the kobolds, so they took them into town and convinced the townspeople to let them live there. And then they didn't think about it. And then when they came back to the town about 10 sessions later, the guards at the front immediately gave them an inspection. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, we're checking for saws, because saws are now banned in this town. And they didn't know why. And they walked in and, like, all the chairs had uneven legs. Everything had been, like, sawed into. And, yeah, the 2 kobolds had just been sawing like crazy. Because they just enjoy cutting wood.
I love kobolds. Alright, I'm just going over this, making sure I'm not showing anything I'm not supposed to. Okay, I think it's good. I think we're good. I can't spell, though. Hold on, let me fix my spelling. My abysmal spelling.
Can't spell, says the wizard.
It's not a creative task, that's an intellect task. Alright, so you guys got 3 requests, including the one that you guys were interested in, the blacksmith one. But you also got your request from Myla from last time that you guys ignored. But it's just in case you still want to do it. That one's called Project Crab Capture. And then the blacksmith one, which is the one that Sayori asked Wilma for help with. And then also Tarak is also in the process of building his own house with his own 2 hands. But he needs wood for it, so.
Well, he can have all the scrap wood that the kobolds made. I don't know if that's going to help him much. So it's to start a giant bonfire.
No. You have to go chop it yourselves. But I will say, if you do choose to do that one, I'll count the wood chopping and going to delivering it to Tarak as 1 extraction. That's not going to take up half your day, you know. It's just going to take up a third. So.
Well, Soto and Wilma, what do you feel like doing?
Well, I'll say Oriel already sent me a request asking that I help her blacksmith friend, and as the member of this group with real business experience, I think that this is the right kind of job for me.
Real businesses that are still up and running? You're still in the black?
Waverly will just glare at Soto. Not cool.
Yuck.
I'm gonna kill those two trying someday.
If they don't kill each other.
Or at least hire someone else to do it.
I say, Gladio, I think sometimes we get into such petty arguments, I think it's time we should bury the hatchet, but not in each other's backs. But then I see you eat a sandwich one ingredient at a time, and I think, fuck you.
And our viewers have no context for this.
Are the Tritons gonna come to the island, Joel?
I suppose.
Do they need a vacation?
Yeah, from each other, but they both booked the same vacation without realizing it. And they're like, oh, fuck!
and they both booked the same room unintentionally because they're like, sure, I could use getting to know some real people.
Oh, that's genius.
Some new people.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, if you want to do something like that, we could do something like that.
Yes.
Wait.
You can have Kulan and Nolan show up.
Wait, I think I know a way of how to get rid of both of my problems without implicating me. And while no Owen's looking with Elma locks the both of them in their hotel room. That problem's gonna be solved before the night's over.
Alright. Did I do it right? Is everybody at the blacksmith now?
I believe so.
People that aren't here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me just delete. Papagina and Lucille, they're off doing their own thing. Okay.
Maybe they could be going chopping the wood for
Maybe.
Tarek.
Yeah, we'll say whichever side quests you guys don't do. We'll say Papagina and Lucille did those. So they can have something even though they're not here.
There you go.
Yeah. Alright. Hold on, let me open up my little introduction.
This is supposed to be out of the way, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I imagine, like, kind of by the forest, so it might be closer to, like, Papagina and Makoto Shrine, somewhere around there. But it's far from the main plaza, at least. And I can go ahead and share a picture of the blacksmith. Now, she's not wearing a swimsuit. That's just... Oh, dang it.
What island is this? This is like that town in Ni no Kuni all over again, Castaway Cove.
I just like... I like doing beach pictures, okay? They're fun.
Everyone must wear a swimsuit in this town. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
She's not gonna wear a swimsuit while she's working at her forge. Though it would be a lot cooler.
Yeah, I imagine that would be a major safety hazard.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit.
Yeah, to us expose a lot of the bear skins to these sparks flying off the worked metal, that'll be fine.
They're specific. They're fire immunity bikini. It's a fire immunity bikini, Wilma. No, you can't take fire damage while you wear it. It takes from the sun.
Try selling those ones. They're not as practical as you think.
More popular than the water repellent bikini, that's for certain. You ever try diving into the ocean, into a pool with one of them on? Oh boy.
So, located a mile or so away from the main plaza, you come across a humble house comprised mainly of stone and brick with a small forge set to one side of the building. This is, of course, the blacksmith's house. You're at least aware the island has a blacksmith. The ovens and other kitchenware you've received for your house was handmade by them, but you've never seen them in person. According to rumors, they're a very reclusive individual, having purposely built their house away from the other residents in Dragon's Rest. They generally use Sayori or one of the kobolds to deliver any work orders they've received in the past. As you approach, you see both Frub and Sayori talking to this third individual, whom you assume to be the reclusive blacksmith. She has long, light blonde hair, clear blue eyes, pale skin covered in black markings, but the most distinguishing feature is her sheer height. She's tall even for Goliath standards, reaching well over 8 feet tall. She currently has a hammer in hand and appears to be crafting some sort of large dome object that reminds you of an igloo, except that it's made of copper. It's very shiny metallic with a smooth surface as she skillfully molds the metal into curved plates that fit together like a puzzle. She'll occasionally stop to measure, making sure that each piece is the perfect size and shape. You see Frub is there. He'll be sitting on top of a sea turtle, watching her work with excitement glowing in his eyes. And Sayori has her hand on her hip, shaking her head at Hilda. I still don't understand why you're being so stubborn about this. Remind me again, why did you come to the island in the first place? Hilda murmurs something under her breath. You guys don't quite catch what it is. I can't hear you. To be a blacksmith. Exactly. And how do you expect to do that if you don't have any customers? I know, but it's hard. I'm not good with people. It's like there's a wall there. Well then, bust it down, girl, or at least make a door. I can try. Don't just try, do it. Oh, hey look, here's some friends who can help. And then Sayori will look you guys approaching and she'll rush over, her little tiefling tail wagging from side to side excitedly. Please tell me you have some inspiring words for her in mind. Hilda can be difficult to motivate.
Well, I'd like to inspect her work first.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll me an investigation as you're watching her work.
As the expert dwarf here.
Yes, you can have. I'll go ahead and let you have advantage since
I'm the one with the most experience here at being a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
But that is true.
Yeah, and as a craftsman herself, Wilma's gonna take a look at Hilda's handiwork as well.
Got the exact same roll as last time. 18.
As for our Elma, that's an eight, and I'm gonna flavor this failure that as Wilma tries to inspect Hilda's work, she gets distracted and wait, Sayori didn't mention that at her friend and his friend was hot. Like, damn, she's buff. Useless
How tall is Wilma? I know she's a gnome. She probably has to break her neck looking up at her.
Yeah.
But it would be worth it.
Just a typical, it's like all Goliaths, Wilma, keep it in your pants.
Useless lesbian mode activated.
Alright, so Grail, you're watching as she works, and...
She doesn't even have any facial hair. I don't know how anyone could find that attractive.
You get used to it.
So as you're watching her work, you can definitely tell that she is a novice, but there's definitely a lot of potential there. She definitely has a lot of passion, a lot of heart into her craft. She just lacks maybe experience and, yeah. But yeah, there's definitely the will to do it. So you can definitely tell she loves what she does. But she's very shy and she seems to sort of be a little bit clumsy while she works because she knows that you guys are watching her work, and it seems to be making her a little nervous, a little self-conscious. So maybe she drops her tools as she's trying to construct this dome, which is going to be Raphael's house.
Well, your craftsmanship is pretty good. There's room to improve, but you're definitely on the right track.
I think it looks great.
But yeah,
Well, Hildy, aren't you going to say something? I mean, they've came here to help us. You could at least say thank you. Right. Thanks, I guess.
Seems the issue here is you don't like interacting with people very much. That's hence why your blacksmithing forge is so far from the central plaza.
Yeah, I'm just not very good with, strangers, I guess.
Question for the dungeon master: how far of
Yes.
a walk is it from the central plaza to here?
It's about a mile.
About a mile? That's not so bad. Well, then I have a pretty simple suggestion. Without requiring you to move your forge at all.
Oh, okay.
Just all you need to do is have a little cart, have some kobold assistants, maybe have a friend set up a stall in the plaza to handle all the business work. Then they bring all the invoices and requests out to you in this private location. You do your work. You give your friend or all the kobolds the work. They take it back to the stall in the plaza, where they then sell it and then bring you back the profits. You get to forge all you want, and you don't have to interact with people.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion.
Ooh. My persuasion's actually pretty good. 23.
That is good. So as
I
you're
am a charisma
explaining
character.
as you're explaining your theory and your ideas, Hilda's slowly nodding and yeah, I think that would be a good solution. I wouldn't have to worry about being so shy and Sayori will just shrug. She's like, I guess. I mean, I still wish you would come out of your shell, but at least then you'd be making some money that way.
Yeah.
Maybe once she's ready, if she feels confident, she can try working the stall herself once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of other options you could do on the side, like letting customers request orders for delivery via IMA, or perhaps working in that as a supplier for or other businesses to handle smithing work for or other craftsmanship if that would require metal working on the side. With Elma's actually bringing out diagrams for the logistics of such operations that she actually drew up ahead of time.
All right.
I think you're thinking about 20 steps ahead.
Go ahead and
We're
make your
not there yet, Wilma.
go ahead and make your persuasion, Wilma.
Yeah. 20?
As you're
Oh,
pointing.
Soto, you think too small. Eh. Alright, and that's 16 on persuasion.
All right. Yeah. Not as motivating as Grail's brilliant speech, but yeah. She'll start to nod her head, and she's starting to understand what you guys are saying. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Thank you. And then as she keeps working, you can tell that she's feeling a little, it feels like a big problem has come off her shoulders, and she's starting to relax a little bit more and not as nervous as she was when you guys first arrived. So you guys gave her some confidence. Good job. Well, I guess that'll help.
Another thing you could do is I am in the middle of constructing one of the inns right now. If you happen to forge a rather fancy-looking piece, we can use it as decoration within the inn, and possibly if anyone asks, "Oh, who made that sword?" Well, they can be directed to your stall.
You think I should make a sword?
Oh, well, sword, axe, shield, something that looks nice on a wall.
Well, I mean, you're a blacksmith. You can make all sorts of things out of metal. Just any, a decorative sign or
Sure.
something. That... Yeah, just something that can be nice to display in all of our businesses.
Cool. Soto, since you haven't gotten to roll yet, you can go ahead and roll persuasion. See if you can persuade her to make a fancy sign for the inn.
Why don't you roll this one, Soto, and I'll give you advantage.
Yes, Soto can have advantage because Girl is helping.
Persuasion is going to be a 23.
Ooh, good job. Okay, yeah, a sign. I think I can do that. Do you guys happen to know what the inn is called?
Has the inn been named yet? I can't remember.
I don't think I named it. No. You guys can name it if you want. Make up a name.
The Staggering Donkey.
The goddess's respite.
The Leaky Nip.
Goddess's respite. I kind of like Goddess's respite. I think that fits it well.
Yeah, you got to be.
Go in. Go in.
Don't go in.
Yeah, you got to get better at the aiming stuff of the business great. Take it from a professional businesswoman.
Right,
Merlin.
make a note of that.
Oh, I already know what we can call the more crass tavern for the less rich people. The Goddess's Knickers.
Come to think of it,
Good way to get defense sniper.
Yeah, I think that's how he gets mited for hubris.
Oh, the Cloak and Stagger.
You guys are having too much fun with this. All right, I wrote down Goddess's Respite. I think that's a good one. But I don't think I came up with a name for my blacksmith either. Do you have any suggestions for that?
All the way in. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. We're going blacksmith now.
I'm just gonna have you guys name all the shops for me. I like this.
If she was a gnome, then we could call her the Gnome Depot.
Home Depot.
Ooh. What was her I'm sorry, quickly I'm blanking. What was her name again?
Hilda.
Hilda?
Sayori calls her Hildy sometimes, but that's just a nickname. Her name's Hilda. Hilda's hammer. Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah, Hilda's hammer. I mean, if you want to have it be mostly named after Hilda, then yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good, odd one. You know, Grant, you could take some tips from Odo, just FYI.
Hey, I've got some, I've got... Oh, no! Oh, that's a good one, too. But that doesn't work for a blacksmith.
You smell
That sounds good for a dwarven blacksmith. I don't know if Hilda would like that.
No, I don't think that's Hilda's taste.
People would walk up to her and say, "Hey, Hilda, so who did smelt it? Did you? You smelt it, dealt it."
You know, I think I actually came across a smith iffy by that name in the goblin town. Goblins love their crass puns.
Hilda likes things cute and cozy. I have no idea where she gets that taste from, but that's what she likes.
I do like so far my vote's for Hilda's hammer, but I'm still trying to. Hilda's hearth's pretty good too, but that sounds more like a tavern than a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Hilda's hammers. I think that's a good one. I'm sold on it anyway, and if I'm sold on it, then Hilda's sold on it.
Well, speaking for your NPCs now, don't even let them decide for themselves. Hey.
Yeah, roll for it.
Really? Oh gosh. But what if it lands on he who smells it? I don't want it. That's something from a Joe campaign. Alright, I'm gonna roll a d4. We'll see which one. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 2. He who smells it. No, I like it. No. We're going with Hilda's hammer and that's final. Man.
Or heavy metals. That's a good one too.
Heavy metals, yeah, that's pretty good.
Heavy metals for when and your blacksmith is multi-class to bard.
Heat of the moment.
You guys are pretty good at names. I'm terrible. I always have to go like a name generator for names because I don't know. That's not my kind of creativity, I guess. I can come up with ideas like there's no tomorrow.
I mostly prefer puns. Funny puns.
Yeah.
And then I can come up with shitloads of them.
Yeah, I like puns. I'm just not good at coming up with them. I guess I'm not witty enough for it.
I like Heat of the Moment, but Hilda's hammer has got my...
Yeah. See, we all like it. It's not just me. It's catchy.
It's pretty simple and, catchy. Easy to remember.
And it fits the cozy campaign really well. Fits the vibes.
And then if we have a second blacksmith move in called Hilda, she can set up hammering Hildas. And that can be really confusing to people.
And Hilda's like, Oh, great, it's my twin sister that I hate, Hilda.
Yeah. But instead of an I, it's a Y.
Alright, so Sayori will go ahead and pay you guys, what did I say, 100 each, I think? Is that what I said?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep,
Someone's gonna
100
have
gold
to
each.
build. Someone's gonna have to build her a stall and find someone to work at it. Because yeah, she's gonna need an assistant.
Yes, we'll have to sign her a kobold assistant, because that was Grail's suggestion, yes.
Well, yeah, kobolds. If you can have like a pair of kobolds run a cart back and forth, you know, and then you could have maybe like an assistant, or it could be a kobold or not a kobold working at the stall. Preferably not an assistant who's going to sit there and just eat the metal. I've got this perfect assistant for you, Hilda. It's a rust monster.
Sayori might do it for her.
Yeah, and
Sayori does wish to be more independent, but Sayori would never turn down a friend's help.
If you cast Animate Dead, you can have a zombie do it.
Yeah. She's a fighter. She was going to be my Ryan with Frost Maiden character.
Oh, well, you never know. We might still get to do that someday if Austin lets us.
Maybe. But yeah, she's
I'll
going
just
to
have
be
to I'll just have to add way more horror into Ghost of Saltmarsh to make up for it.
the one that grows, the one that Yaverna was.
Rune Knight?
The giant one, yeah. Rune Knight, yes. That's what she was going to be.
I just think you just use that excuse because I don't see any of you playing heavy frontline fighters that can do stuff like that. Except for Ben. Ben loves that shit.
yeah,
Because
and the funny thing is, I usually play mage character, so characters like Ulan and Scarlet are actually the exception overall for me.
Because if I'm going to be on the front lines, then I want to play the biggest motherfucking thing on the front lines. So I can tear shit up.
Don't you know the trick is to play a gnome fighter in heavy armor?
But yes, I also generally... Gosh, no, that's not my style. But I definitely prefer long-ranged fighters.
Funny, because I was actually going to be, in Frostmaid, my character was a drow sorcerer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was planning on a goblin rogue who was a literal toddler.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
I remember you mentioning that. That would have been cute. And Hilda would have loved them and would have to protect the goblin child.
Well, you can still play Hilda in Saltmarsh.
Hilda likes things that are small and cute and adorable and must be protected.
You can still play Hilda in Saltmarsh if you want.
Maybe. But I wanted to play the collector.
Or a similar facsimile thereof, whatever you feel like.
Hilda was for Rhyme Maiden.
Yeah,
Frost Maiden. That was her entire shtick.
And it's not like Frost Maiden isn't happening, it's just gonna have to wait a bit.
Wait a decade or two.
Because her okay, now this is out of character. So her persona is actually called the Yeti, and I'll share a picture of them as well. But if she's the Yeti, then why would she be in a marsh? She's got to be in like a blizzard or something. Here's all my Yeti arts. So her shtick is, or whatever, when she's not wearing her costume, she's a little shy and introverted and just... But when she becomes the Yeti, then she becomes like this badass warrior, and she has just fierce and confident. Yeah.
What if her mask breaks mid-combat?
She would be very sad and probably suddenly not as fierce and confident as she was.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
The only idea I had for a character today, actually, was one of my friends showed me a piece of artwork of an elf that he's drawing, but because of the way the hair was, it looked like one of her ears was human and one of her ears was elvish, and I was like, man, imagine being a lycanthrope, but you're a were-elf. And it's like, oh, when I look at the full moon, I undergo an amazing transformation. Just your ears pop out. Does it do anything else? No, that's it.
Anyway, alright, got a little off topic there, but it's all good.
That's right, there's only 4 of us here, so we're
Yeah, it's
mostly
supposed to be.
this session goofing off.
We need to delay it a little bit, slow it down, so we don't get into combat or anything where I might
I'll go
accidentally
fight the
TPK you guys.
Hey, we're level 3 now. I can actually do some pretty fancy stuff.
Yeah, nah. Even if we got in combat, you guys would be fine. You got it. I believe in you.
Yeah, and getting back to the session proper, with Elma Pipes, and if you want to building up your confidence confidence for dealing with customers, I could come around every now and then to give you some customer service lessons. She says, thinking she's very slick and come up with an excuse to see Hilda more often.
Roll me persuasion for that.
Okay.
Because that would mean she would have to interact with you, and you are still people.
Right.
Surely Hilda can handle talking to a frickin' gnome.
It's,
Doesn't even reach your frickin' knee!
Oh, that is
does like cute small things.
that is a 24.
Possible, I should say. Wilma's not a thing. Yeah. She'll kind of blush a little bit and maybe play with their hair a little bit. Sure. Yeah. We could do that, I guess. I mean, I still not really keen with the idea of dealing with customers, but I suppose if I want to be a blacksmith,
Yeah.
I will have to try.
Yeah. You're not customers are the worst part of the job. Just gonna be upfront with that out there, but they're kind of unnecessary.
See, there you go, Hildy. See, all you need is a little practice and a little bit more confidence. You got this, girl. And if anybody gives you trouble, just let me know and I'll come kick their ass.
When Elma looks up to Hilda, are you sure she's gonna need the help?
I mean, sure, she may be, like 3 feet taller than me, but Hilda's she's a big softie. She needs somebody who's not afraid to, and then Sayori will crack her knuckles. Create a little confrontation.
Well, we're happy to help, and I'm glad that at least we've got this mild issue sorted out.
Yes.
I'm sure you can find some kobolds who'd be happy to transport things back and forth for a small fee. How does she pay the kobolds? With uppies? Child labor.
Kobolds like shinies. It's gotta be something shiny. Even if it's like a shiny rock, not actually gold or jewels. They don't care about the value as long as it's shiny. Alright, so that was your afternoon. What would you like to do for your evening?
to go yell at the kobolds that I told not to touch the saws. The inn is fine the way it is. We're not doing any more work on it today.
In their defense, you did leave them unsupervised.
The door itself does not need another door.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to put up 5 more doors. They probably wrecked that many while you were gone.
I cast Thunderwave on the kobolds.
No, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. We'll get there eventually. One of the kobolds has his head through one of the doors. You don't know how that happened, but it happened.
And like it's somehow built like perfectly around him, so it doesn't look like he smashed through it. I don't. What?
You know what? I'm actually impressed.
I don't know how you've done it, but well done.
I don't even know what they've done.
Alright, you guys think about what you want to do for the rest of your free day, and I'm going to go use the bathroom. Be right back.
Yeah, I'll use the bathroom as well and pause the recording in the meantime.
Okay. Yay, we're back.
But were we ever gone?
I mean, technically my bathroom is like 5 feet away, so...
It's called a bucket.
It's not a bucket. I live in the master. I am the master of the house. I live in the master bedroom.
And only the master bedroom. I never go anywhere else.
My own bathroom. I call it the girls' bathroom. Ken and Gabe have to share. They get the hallway bathroom. That's the boys' bathroom. I get my own bathroom. Because girls like to have their own bathrooms. Especially when they live with boys.
Yeah. And if there's public toilets that taught me anything, it's that girls' public toilets are way more disgusting than guys somehow.
I would disagree.
Oh, I think it's about even.
Maybe it depends on the person.
Maybe it depends on the
country. I have to
too.
clean both the bathrooms anyway, but yeah.
Oh,
their stuff is
public bathrooms.
Their stuff is usually not as clean as mine.
I'm talking about public, not private.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, enough about the toilets we'll be setting up for the kobolds.
What do you guys want to do for your evening? You got one more activity you can do, or your side quest, or place you want to go to. Something completely unexpected that's gonna make me improv. Something I want to get better at.
Just thinking, yeah.
Could write some letters. Or...
I would like to...
Go ahead.
I think I'm going to go do a little mining.
Yes. Excellent. Are you going by yourself, or are you going to try ask the party to come with you, or...?
Well, I mean, I'll mention it as I pass them. But if they don't want to follow me, they don't want to follow me.
You could ask Sayori. Sayori would probably join you. She likes mining.
Oh, you know, the NPCs. I mean, yeah, if Sayori wants to come, sure.
Heck yeah, I want to come.
Off we go then.
I get to keep the shiniest crystal, though. You can have the ore.
You can keep what you find. I keep what I find. That's just
I
business.
guess that's fair. I'm
If
probably
I
gonna.
find something you
Okay.
like, you can buy it off me.
I bet you I'm gonna find something better than you then.
You know what? Maybe Elma will come along with my iron as well, since that's worked well for her so far and gained supplies for her inventory.
Yeah. Can make some pretty fancy smanchy stuff. What does
Yeah, I
Soda
got some
want
ore
to do?
pieces, and then I gave them all up to Frub for his bloody rocks.
Is Soda gonna write a response to his patron? Or is he gonna ghost him?
No, I'll probably write a response back, but then also just for my notes, what is the House of Viron? The like crest he wants me to look
I'm gonna
for?
be honest, I have no idea. I'm
No
guessing
Just
problem.
it's
ask Austin that.
something D&D lore-ish, but you'll have to ask Austin. He wrote your letter. I have no idea what he was
Okay.
talking about there. But it's okay. It sounds like something that Alfred would write. About something obscure that nobody else knows anything about. Not even the DM.
That's how mysterious it is.
That's how mysterious it is. Instead of just gonna go home and chill.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
It's like late afternoon, heading into the evening. So you'll have time for pretty much one more thing, one more activity before dinner, pretty much. Well, I guess it depends on when you guys eat dinner. I mean, some people eat dinner earlier than others.
I mean, I have been doing that in real life lately because my new job requires me getting. Well, my job requires me getting up at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. I have a bad habit sometimes of like eating right before bed, which I know you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to eat like a couple hours before you go to bed at least.
Yeah, I sometimes do that too.
But I don't know. I just get tired when I get full, especially if I eat too much. I just want to sleep.
It's why no matter how much I exercise and make my arms and legs look nice, I still have a fucking gut.
Yeah, or sometimes if I'm just lying in bed, I realize like I can't sleep. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. Sometimes I force myself to sleep anyway, just because I know I'm not going to be hungry if I fall asleep. But sometimes I can't fall asleep. It just depends.
Just think what Mona would do, and she'd want to maintain her figure and would tough it out.
I mean, I already have my man. I don't gotta impress anybody. I can let
Just
myself go a little
yourself.
bit. I don't have to
Impress
worry about
yourself.
that anymore. Impress myself. I'm already impressed with myself. You want my ego to be even worse, Joel?
I mean, if it's warranted. Yes, hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work I go.
Yeah, but yeah, Soda will just take it easy tonight and let everyone else get all hot and sweaty.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like the introverted option. You guys have fun. All right. So yeah. So you guys go. Where are you guys gonna go mining at? You just gonna go back to the Myconids and the Crystal Cavern?
I'm actually gonna ask Sayori if she knows any other good spots.
Oh, of course I know a whole bunch of good spots. There's some in the
Preferably
rainforest.
outside.
There's some near the volcano, but that's a little far away.
Well, we can't go too far. It's already the evening.
Let's see. The closest spot, let me look at the map. We could just go. There's some spots in the cliffs, just some smaller caves that we can go to.
Do you know any like quarries that are something outdoors?
Yeah. We just go south a little bit. Just be careful. I mean, we'll want to avoid the harpies. They can be a little temperamental.
Oh,
if you
I
touch
think
their stuff.
I think once we start, they'll. I have a plan. If once we start mining, they won't want to come anywhere near us.
Well, it's okay. I wouldn't want to offend them or anything. It's their island too, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, we could definitely go to the cliffs. I know a couple good spots. All right, so let me pull up my mining rules to remind you guys and myself again of how it works.
And I'm gonna make sure to do something to make you have to guess them all over again.
Alright, so rules for mining. Requires pickaxe, mason tools, or some other sort of mining equipment tool, which Sayori can easily supply. You can mine a maximum of 5 times a day. Chunks of ore weigh 1 pound, while gemstones are smaller, lighter, and difficult to find, but generally more valuable. While ore is obviously used for crafting and building, gemstones tend to be more magical in nature. To determine a gemstone's usefulness, players will need to make an Arcana check. So, and since Sayori is with you, if you're looking for something specific, she can easily help you identify where to mine. If you guys are specifically looking for ore or gemstones.
Well, I think we'll be looking for ore today.
And
Wilma want?
Wilma's kind of looking for both because she kind of needs both in order to make stuff out of it.
Okay, so Grail, you can specifically look for ore, and Wilma will just leave yours up to whatever you roll. Will help decide.
All right.
You are going to roll strength or dex, whichever one you prefer, and you can do it up to 5 times.
All right.
Well, before I want to make sure that since I'm guessing Sayori's probably got the better strength out of between her and Wilma.
Probably.
I have a plan for when we start, so let me know when Sayori's about to start, and I'll call her over, and we'll make this a bit easier.
Sure. What's your plan, boss?
Have you got a spot sorted out?
Yes.
All right. Well, this will be a lot easier. So go get ready, and you'll get a signal when to start. You'll know. I'll give you a signal.
Okay, boss. And then she'll have her pickaxe raised, and she'll just above the rock, and she'll be looking at you, wondering what kind of signal you're supposed to be giving her.
I will then cast. I'll use a meta magic sorcery point and do a twin spell, enlarge reduce, and I'll cast it on myself and Sayori and do enlarge, so that way we have advantage on our strength checks.
Excellent. Sounds
and
good.
obviously it makes our pickaxes a lot bigger too, so we should be able to get a lot more.
Yes.
And obviously that's the signal.
Oh, okay. Yes, right. And then she'll start doing her stuff.
I'll do mine as well. Just not, I would have done it on Wilma too, but I can only twin it. I can't triple it. Sorry.
Right. It's okay. I'm sure Wilma understands.
Wilma can sit there with her tiny little pick like, I'm helping too.
Go ahead and put down your rolls in the chat so I can tell you.
Yes, Sayori and I should both have advantage now.
And then Grail and Sayori realize now they're too big to fit it in the mine tunnels.
Well, that's why I said outside in a quarry.
Okay, I missed that part. Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Yeah, so rolling death.
Once again, if Sayori wasn't with you, it might be more difficult because you guys don't know the island as well as she does, but she would definitely be able to know where to go. She's been here for a long time.
5 times, right?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I put her stat block. I know it's...
And
Oh, duh. I'm not even in the right spot. That's why. Right down Sayori's as well.
Not that it also matters, but our weapons do an extra 1d4 damage. I don't know if you want to put that in anything, but there it is.
No, you don't. You're not trying to damage them. You're just trying to. Well, I guess you're trying to damage rock, but no, that's not how. That's not how my mechanics work. You're not really actually doing damage. You're just seeing if you can hit it. It's gonna be 1. So Wilma, you said you're looking for both ore and gemstones.
correct.
You know, there's one thing about enlarge reduce that I don't like, is that you'd think that if you cast the enlarge or the reduce on somebody, it would like affect their how much damage they take from physical attacks. So I figure if you got shanked with a knife in the thigh, it'd probably hurt a lot less if your thigh was like twice as big. You know what I mean?
So Wilma, you find 1 junk ore. Um, 2 copper ore. Another blue quartz. And a sunstone. Isn't that the ones you got last time? I feel like it is. Blue quartz and sunstone.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So the junk ore, that's not that was for the 4. That's not worth anything. But
Give
the
the
copper
kobold.
ore and the blue quartz and sunstone you could definitely use for your.
Yeah. So.
And then Grail. Oops, no. You're just looking for ore, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking for ore.
Alright, so. You find 1 junk ore, that's for the 8, but the rest, you find copper ore still. So, good job. So, 1 junk ore, 4 copper ore for you. And what did Sayori find? Just for fun, Sayori. Because she's keeping it, you guys don't get it. Grail said you keep what you find, so you can't touch her stuff.
If she wants anything I find, then she can buy it off me.
Nah, I got plenty of ore. Thanks though, boss. It's pretty common, especially the copper ore. You should upgrade your stuff, and then you can start getting the silver and the gold and the platinum. but it's okay. Copper ore is good for you beginners. That's good for you guys.
I'll remember that next time, and I won't bother casting the spell on you again and making this a lot easier.
Just kidding. I'm just being honest. Do you want me to coddle you, boss? Is that what you want?
I am too stressed for that right now.
Alright. So
I mostly came out here to let off steam from working with the frickin' kobolds all morning.
while Sayori is mining, let me go ahead and put what she finds first, except for... So the first 4 things she finds a fire gate. And... I wish I could have this in 2 different... Okay. And then 15. Oh, that was the fire gate. Then 4. She found a blue quartz like Wilma. Turquoise. Gosh, she rolled. That must have been a typo. There's no way she rolled. I don't think she rolled that high. I'll say she found 2 turquoise. Okay. Anyway, so she finds that, but she also rolled a nat 20. And so what happens with that nat 20 while she was rolling? As Sayori's mining in the cave, or well, not in the cave, and out in the quarry, her pickaxe suddenly got stuck in the rock, and she needs to make a strength saving throw. Which she succeeds. So Sayori manages to pry it from the cavernous wall. And reaching down a hand, she finds it's coated in a sticky webbing. And as she looks up, she notices that the entire area above is, above in the quarry, is covered in thick layers of webbing that drape like wispy curtains. And just as the realization dawns on her, there's a hissing sound coming from immediately behind her. And then you all turn around to see a giant spider with venom dripping from its fangs as it hungrily seeks to make her its prey. So everybody needs to roll initiative. That's in the cave.
Even Soto.
No, Soto's
What do you do for your turn,
nice
Soto?
Cup of tea at home, reading a book, maybe. And you guys are...
Yeah, it cuts from us having a heated battle to us sipping tea while drinking a book, and then back to us.
Yeah,
No,
he's got his face mask on and
fucking gets nicks his finger on the corner of the book, oh, paper cut, this is the worst day I could ever have. And then it cuts back to us being murdered by the spider, cuts back to Soto. Oh, this is no one's having a day as terrible as me right now. What do you do for your turn, Soto? Well, I lay on my bed and read a book. Roll an acrobatics for swinging your legs in the air. Nat 1, you get a cramp. Oh! And Sarah claims not to like spiders, yet she puts them in a campaign.
I don't like spiders, but I don't mind if we're gonna squish them. And Sayori is definitely gonna squish this, whether you guys want her to squish it or not. Alright, so first is Hold on, we need to change the music. This isn't spider battle music. We need something a little more here. We'll use the cave battle music, even though we're not in a cave. So, first up is gonna be the giant spider, because it rolled really well on its initiative.
Yeah, my dex is not very good. I'm a stocky, stout dwarf. Leave me alone.
And it is going, since Sayori was the one who disturbed its web, it's gonna try to... It's going to shoot out some webbing as a ranged attack at her. Gonna be an 18, which... Let me check her. Yep, that hits. She needs to make a constitution, so it's just gonna take some damage.
Gonna kill off one of Sarah's NPCs.
I don't... Oh, I mean, it did roll the max amount of damage, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to... Sayori's a higher level than you guys. I'd be more worried about yourselves. It's a good thing you brought her with her. Or with you guys.
Oh, she can handle this. You want to go get a coffee warmer?
Sure.
So not so fun. It's not so bad at getting all this copper ore now, is it, Sayori? At least I didn't accidentally anger a giant spider.
Not now, boss. As her body gets coated in this disgusting spider web.
The enlarged spell would have worn off ages ago by now too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it would. Because like I said, it takes a couple hours for you guys to do the mining. But, so let's see if she Constitutions, that's gonna be a 13. Does that, it's a DC. Oh, she just barely made the DC. So
she doesn't get her insides sucked out.
So as the spider web like surrounds Sayori, she's able to like just use her tiefling muscles to just burst open through it and pry it off of her, and she's like readying her pickaxe. Because next up is Sayori's turn, and she is going to smack that bastard. Try to just web at her. Do some of her little kung fu moves. Maybe run up a wall, try to smack it with her pickaxe. That's about right. Ooh, and she rolled an 20. Yes. She's got this. I mean, I said it's a good thing you guys brought her, but I mean, technically, if you guys hadn't have brought her, this might have not happened. But because she did roll the nat 20.
Yeah. If you guys brought Sayori, you can cover up her mistake.
Alright, so she's gonna do quite a bit of number on this giant spider. But it's still standing, just barely.
Oh, that's easy enough then.
Alright. Momo, you're up next. What would you like to do? The spider looking pretty. Sayori just rammed her pickaxe to it, and you saw fire blazing from the pickaxe, so the spider's looking pretty hurt. It's screeching and definitely regretting its life's choices at this moment.
Well, Elma's going to take out an alchemical hand cannon and cast firebolt at the spider.
Alright, make your attack.
And that's 23 to hit.
It definitely hits.
And let's see, D10, there it is. And that's 6 fire damage.
Yep. So you shoot your firebolt in addition to the fire that Sayori did with her little pickaxe mover. And yeah, this spider just, scrunches up its little legs and falls on his back and is burnt to a crisp between all the fire damage. So that was that.
Easy peasy. I didn't even have to do anything.
Sorry, just brushes the webbing off of her, and you're like, yeah, that happens sometimes, but such is the life of an adventurer.
Definitely helped that we didn't accidentally have both of us smash open layers of giant spiders.
I mean, you didn't roll a nat 20, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I listed it
You
up
did!
there.
Oh! Oops. Yeah, there should have been 2, but that's okay. No, that's okay.
Oh, I see how it is.
That's okay. One's plenty. Good job.
You could have made it. You could have made it a blink spider, or a phase.
Didn't you
spider.
have us fight those at one point?
Phase spider?
Yeah.
I
I think you did.
don't think
I know
so.
I know I fought them in Baldur's Gate 3, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I could have sworn you
I don't think I did.
stuck them on us one time. Those nasty looking. I mean, they are challenge level 3. You guys are level 3 now. You weren't level 3 when I wrote these rules, but that's okay. Maybe next time, since you guys defeated the giant spider, maybe next time it'll be a phase spider. Maybe it'll be an upgrade.
They're pretty cool looking.
I mean, I guess I'm not really a good judge of spiders considering the arachnophobia thing, but it looks like something I want to smash. It looks like something I want to smash or set on fire. So if that's what you mean by cool looking, then yes.
Strap yourself in for Ghost of Saltmarsh. I ain't gonna be holding back in that campaign.
So, with the day concluded, the mining excursion concluded, Sayori bragging about the things she found, showing off her shiny new gems.
Alright, I got a big bag of copper ore.
You guys return back to Dragon's Rest. Probably go enjoy a nice meal.
A nice meal and a bath.
A bath, yes. Yeah, even Sayori will want a bath.
BF.
Bath. And then you head back to your little houses and have a nice rest.
I'm sure Wilma will return to her house and not find it set half ablaze by the fire elemental she left there.
It didn't have a fire elemental.
Hey, I clearly instructed his to throw that in the fucking sea.
I kind of want to make a Lone Shark Gnome character now.
Isn't that pretty much Wilma?
It used to be.
Aww. So, the question is, I guess we could go ahead and start doing the guiding tour part. We're probably not going to get through the whole thing.
Well, I kind of wanted to do that with everyone else because we were kind of all working together on it, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's up to you guys.
Chris and Austin had pretty good ideas for it too, and I kind of...
Joel votes we end early and save the rest for everybody else. What does... What does Catherine and Ben think?
I'd agree with doing that as well.
I didn't think we were ending, but just the tour thing, save it for next time.
Well, what do you guys
yeah.
want to do instead?
Yes, Soto, what do we do?
We can go hunt crabs.
Oh, I
You want
forgot
to do
about
the
that
crab
one.
side quest?
Yeah, we can do the crabs, yeah.
Okay, that works. Let me switch out the map. Open up the thingy. Switch up the music. Need something a little more Myla's speed.
Sounds like something like Streets of Rage.
Near the main plaza in the Valley of Dragon's Rest, you find Myla's alchemy shop. You haven't had many dealings with Myla personally, but you've certainly heard a lot about her from other locals. She's an alchemist, a lover of both magic and science, often blending the two into her research. As you approach her small cottage, you wonder what the kobolds have been getting up to recently and hope it isn't anything too explosive. Based on what you've heard, while Myla is certainly a genius among her kind, she has been known to get a little carried away, more interested in discovery through trial and error than following safety protocols when it comes to brewing new potions. So, I'm assuming you want to go knock on her door? Or are you just gonna barge into her house?
I'm gonna let Wilma knock on the door in case it explodes.
No. After you, my dear Grail.
No. I insist, Wilma. You are the professional businesswoman.
Yeah, but I
please
figure
show me how
you
this
need to
has
start
be a-
art from somewhere.
That is true, and the best way to start is by watching and learning, so please.
And, I think this is a great learning experience for the most important skill you can have as a professional. Delegating responsibility. Hiss, you knock on the door. Or, Wilma says as she'll hide behind Grail.
I just deleted Hiss from the map. I didn't want her to be here. Hiss is sleepy again today. She's slacking.
Yeah, I began to say that just as you started deleting the tokens. Hiss? I could have sworn she was with us earlier. Soto, you do it.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so Soto, you knock on the door and you wait for an answer. It's taking a little longer than you would expect for Myla to open the door.
I knock again.
And then, after a moment of waiting, let me move it to the token. There. Let me go ahead and post a picture. Little alchemist kobold.
Not enough soot in her face.
Learn from my mistakes!
Ah, visitors! Welcome. Well, don't just stand there lollygagging. Come in. There's so much time and so little to do. No, wait. Reverse that. And then she'll just pretty much usher you inside, and then she'll just hurry up and, quickly retreat to the back room. That's it, leaving you guys to find your own way.
Yeah, this is off to a good start.
It's a little cramped in here, maybe for everybody except Wilma, especially for the taller members, as all the furnishings here are kobold size. There's lots of flowers, herbs, potions, trinkets, books, and scrolls set neatly on display. Everything looks fairly tidied and well organized in this first room. There's a couple cats lounging around the shop as well. Simply because they were on the map and I thought they were cute, so why not? Heading towards the back of the shop, down a small flight of stairs, the wooden floorboards give way to cobblestone as you enter what is obviously the lab portion of the shop. It's a little on the warm side as there's a crackling fireplace despite being on a tropical island with fair weather all year round. Unlike the shop portion, this place is a little more chaotic. There are several beakers, tools, steaming potions, open books, scattered papers, and random ingredients strewn about every inch of the table space, leaving you to wonder how Myla managed to work in such a disorganized conditions.
And there's lots of giant flasks with bubbling liquid that look impressive but serve no actual purpose. For science!
There's actually, what is that? There's a term for that actually in science. What is it called?
A Bunsen burner?
No.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Like whenever you set up an experiment or something and you have something that's actually doesn't do anything, but it's just there to to see if it changes anything mentally in the patients. I forget what it's called though.
A placebo?
No. The control?
Yeah, like a control variable. Something like that. It's something like that anyway. Anyway, sorry, got a little off topic. A little flashback to my biology days. But anyway. I got sidetracked. Oh, so go ahead and roll me a oh, you see the alchemist muttering to herself while grinding up some sort of powder in a medicine bowl, and standing at her feet. Let me share this as well. Standing at her feet is a little green crab with a large leaf on top of its head, and I can share a picture of that as well, because I don't think you've run into this crab before. You've run into the elemental crabs before, but not this specific one. It's so cute. I shared it in Discord. Go ahead and roll me a history or nature check, all of you. Either one.
Alright, so... And... Okay, that's a good roll.
Really, you have no idea what this is.
And...
It's a crab.
That adds 20 to... history.
Grail, you think it's a crab wearing a fancy little flower on his head.
Kill it!
Like a little fancy little hat. Alright, but Wilma and Soto, you become quite accustomed to seeing these crabs on the island, and you know it to in fact be a spore crab. When threatened, they release a poisonous spore into the air, and they can also summon vines to restrain predators attempting to make their escape. But this one in particular seems friendly, almost. Domesticated, even. It doesn't seem to be very threatening at all. Myla's up close, doing all kinds of her crazy performance or experiments right next to it, and it doesn't seem to mind her presence at all. A little bit of heart cap dissolved with nitric acid, and Myla's gaze flashes in your direction curiously as the light from the nearby fire gleams on her goggles. Don't just lurch in the doorway now. Come, be the first to witness my greatest discovery yet.
Is it, safe to be as close to a spore crab without any protective gear on?
Yes. Powder Puff is completely harmless. They only do that spore thing when they feel threatened. It's a defense mechanism, you see.
Okay.
As long as you don't make any sudden movements or, purposely try to scare her, she'll leave you alone and, won't mind.
Yeah. Wilma will nonetheless put on a face mask she uses for alchemical work.
Myla's
Never can be too careful.
Myla turns her attention back on her focused experiment, and she'll hurry over to the round table in the center, pouring the mixture. She concocted into a beaker set under a small flame. There's a steaming and whistling sound like a tea kettle. The potion bubbles, the glass trembles, sending rattling vibrations. Uh-oh. That! And everyone in the room needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Alright.
Oh, I actually rolled decent.
And my modifier for Dex is just a 2, so that's 15.
Excellent. Let's see, what's the DC? Alright, so you all, Soto, you just barely make it. As the grass shatters, spewing its contents all over the place. But you all manage to successfully take cover behind tables or chairs, whatever you can find, to right as the explosion hits, so you're all safe. Good job. Fascinating. Myla will pull out a clipboard and scribbles down some notes. Quite what I was expecting, but every failure brings us one step closer to success. Now then, what did you say you were here for again?
The job you posted on the request board?
Ah, yes. Of course. You are quite fortunate you are the first to volunteer, for together we are going to make history, my friends. And Myla will pick up Powder Puff, her little spore crab friend. Tell me, have you ever wondered where these little adorable creatures came from?
Well, wasn't exactly a biology major, so it's never really come up for me.
The ocean?
Possibly. The fact of the matter is, well, quite frankly, we don't know. My colleagues view them only as food, but I see them as a riddle. A curious puzzle waiting to be solved. What are they exactly? Where did they come from? Why can they only be found on this specific island? I have some theories, but nothing conclusive as of yet. Though Powder Puff has been a great source of inspiration, I want more subjects. Not to eat, but to study and learn from. One of my theories, I've never seen these young crabs or even eggs of these creatures in the wild. Whatever they are, I don't believe they are capable of reproduction. But what if I'm wrong? What if they can breed and, better yet, create hybrids of one another? A lava crab mixed with a bubble crab. Maybe they make a steam crab. Who knows? The possibilities are truly endless. But assuming my theory is correct and they cannot reproduce, then my colleagues treating them as food would be quite an endangerment to their species. That is my fear. Perhaps if I can find an ulterior use for these creatures, I can convince my fellow kobolds to view them as more than just a meal.
So you want us to capture 1 or 2 of them? Maybe 3?
Yes. Very good. You catch on quick, my friend. Good job. I'm not used to dealing with such creatures of moderate intelligence. But yes, things first, we need more specimens. But they are very territorial and simple-minded creatures. I don't think they would realize we mean them no harm. In fact, we want to protect and preserve their species. But thanks to Powder Puff here, I have high hopes that with the proper training, they can be domesticated, or at the very least, friended. And Myla will take out a bag containing some sort of hard, lumpy substances. And she dumps out some of the contents into the palm of her hand, showing you some little pellets of food. This is my own special blend of crab chow, as I call it. Powder Puff loves this stuff, and I'm hoping her cousins will react the same, helping us to lure them in. And then she'll hand you each one small cage. And you can use these for transport. Capture a cab, preferably as many different elements as you can find, though beggars can't be choosers. I'll pay you 100 gold each for your time, and 100 gold more for each and every crab you collect. Just remember not to harm the creatures we're trying to convince them we mean them no harm. Traumatizing them may prove counterproductive. Understood?
Yeah, seems simple enough.
Yeah, we can manage that.
And then, I mean, I don't know nothing about traps, so we're not going to get into the technical details, but she will show you how to, like, set the traps and use the food and all that stuff. So, it's a pretty simple trap. You're all able to do it. At least understand how it works. Good. Nice to see some people on this island are more interested in the ways of science and progress rather than filling their stomachs. Good luck. Happy crab catching, and if you have anyone for potions, be sure to drop by my shop anytime.
We'll be sure to do that. Oh, excuse me. We'll be sure to do that.
Yes. Good, good. If you want a suggestion on where you could go to capture some of these crabs, I find that they gather most popularly on the sandy beach. That is most likely where I would recommend going.
Then that's where we'll go.
Alright. So. And she'll go ahead and give you all 100 gold. And like she said, you can have 100 more gold if you decide to turn the crab into her. You're under no legal obligation to do so, but you may, if you wish, to sell the crabs. So, are you guys gonna go to the sandy beach, I'm assuming, to go catch the crabs?
I believe we shall do so.
Alright. I don't think I have a beach map. I really need to find a beach map. I don't think I have one just yet. You could always use the... Oh, I need to move you guys there. Hold on. Let me get this map. We can at least use this map just for a visual reference for the recording and all that, I guess. Let's get it ready. And then move you guys here. So, as you guys walk along the sandy beach, you're surprised in that you don't see many of the elemental crabs. Most days they'd be swarming around this part of the island, but today there's nothing but pristine white sands and the roaring waves of the ocean. As you continue walking along the shore, you eventually come across a rather unusual individual. And you'll actually see the Yeti, which I shared earlier.
Ah! John wants to kill it!
I guess I get. Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say it's a giant monster, like, more like a on the high end of medium monster. At least I think that's how size classes work. And Wilma will bring out the player's handbook and flip to the page on the size classes for creatures. Yeah, that's still media. See, it only takes up one square on the map.
Standing around 8 feet tall, the giant figure towers over you, casting a giant shadow in the sand. Armed with sword and shield, they are covered from head to toe in outlandish armor with a large navy blue cloak draped across their broad shoulders, their face obscured with a frightening mask. The afternoon sunlight glints upon their shiny armor of brown and gold, their clothes trimmed in shaggy white fur, giving more of a wild appearance as opposed to the noble knights you're more accustomed to seeing. The mask turns and see you staring at them but they're, you probably caught them off guard a little bit as their hand does go to their sword, but once they see you, they slowly relax a little bit. But they're still very intimidating looking. Go ahead and roll me perception.
Alright.
As you flinch a little as you see when you see them initially tense up. So you're not sure if they're gonna attack you or whatnot. They're some kind of maniac. You haven't really run into anything like this on the island yet. So, are you gonna roll perception?
Yeah, sorry, it was a 15.
Oh, okay. Yes, so. Let's see. So, Wilma and Grail, your gaze is fixated on this intimidating figure, feeling this could get ugly fast. But Soto, your gaze is drawn by movement coming from behind the masked warrior, and you see that little Frub, the little kobold child, is riding a sea turtle with a red bandana behind the Yeti. The sea turtle's flipper is slowly pulling itself along the sand. Hey, it's you guys. What are you doing here?
We came to capture some elemental crabs.
Doing a job for Myla. What are you and your friend doing here?
Frub will turn to the Max warrior and wave his little claws at them. It's okay, Mr. Yeti. These are our friends. And the warrior will slowly, nod. Once again, it didn't look like, at least to Soto would recognize that it didn't look like that they were gonna, because he rolled the highest on this perception. The Yeti's mask is fixated on the party as Frub scurries ahead, running over to say hi to you guys. This is my friend, Mr. Yeti. He lives with Hilda. We're collecting seashells and other decorations for Raphael's new house. The Yeti remains standing perfectly still.
Well, I suppose a friend of Hilda is a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me insight.
Alright. And I'm actually proficient with this. And I just happened to roll a 3 on die face. I just had to jinx it, didn't I?
Proficiency doesn't help much if you rolled a 3. Is Grail and Soto gonna roll inside or just Wilma?
Nah, I think Wilma's got this.
Yeah, I think Wilma's fine.
Okay. So, yeah. This guy, he looks very out of place on the island. It's the middle of summer, and he's covered head to toe in furs and armor. You think he's got to be crazy dressed like that, and they certainly don't look like the sort of person you'd want to mess with. Why are you being so quiet all of a sudden, Mr. Yeti? And then Frub will shrug his shoulders. Anyway, isn't Mr. Yeti the coolest? And he's so big. I want to be just as tall as him when I grow up.
better practice at it. You gotta do a lot of exercise, and maybe if you're lucky, you might reach the Yeti's knee.
Wilma's about to raise a finger to interject, but then she considers, well, there are the Swobolds, so it's not impossible.
What's a swobold?
Swobolds are a type of kobold that appeared in one of the kobold press books. Basically, it's a really buff kobold.
Nice. Yeah, Frub would definitely want to be one of those.
And I'll even post a picture of one in chat. It's
Frub did get to be a Goliath for a little bit during the Enchanted Extravaganza. He was quite pleased.
See, copy.
Buff kobold.
Or, you know what, I'll get a IRS image of the art. It's elf and showed for the audience. Behold, audience, Frub's future.
That would be cool. It does kind of look like Frub. A very big buff version of Frub. Mr. Yeti, will you show Frub how to become all big and buff like you are? And the Yeti will nod. Awesome. And then they'll continue walking on the beach. So just a little cameo.
Not to be concerned, but I don't see any of those crabs anywhere.
Yes. Even though Frub and the Yeti have left, there's still no sign of the crabs, but you figure it's only because the Yeti and, well, Frub, but mostly the Yeti, scared them off or Frub ate them. Hopefully they'll come back if you offer them some of Myla's crab chow. So, where would you guys like to set your crab chaps? So, options, you could set them in the sunlight, on land, in the water, or in the shade of a palm tree, etc.
On the northern point in the coast where I just put Growl's icon.
Okay, Wilma's going to take the opportunity to test the area of her hers when looking for the crabs, and she's going to take out the wand of magic detect action that she gets as part of her replicate magic item infusion. And flavor-wise, I'm going to decide that the wand basically looks like a Magitech metal detector, and she's specifically going to see if there's any magical signatures in the area that would indicate a rift to any of the elemental planes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where does Soto? So I kind of spaced out. Wilma, where are you putting your? I know Grail wants to put his near the water, right, Grail?
Where I put my icon on the map.
Yeah, I'm specifically looking for places touched by elemental planetary influence. If the theory she's going off is correct, act as somewhere where the crabs might gather. So,
Okay. How would you determine that? Are you gonna use a spell, or are you just
using the wand of item detection.
Oh. Okay.
So I should probably look over how detect magic works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look it up too.
For the duration, you sense presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you'll earn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
I think that's more for how I'm interpreting that anyway, that's more faint aura around any visible creature that bears magic. I think that's more like spells, like if they cast a spell or something. I don't know if that would apply to elementals. I don't know. But anyway, even if it does, like I said, there's no crabs in the area currently. If they would have left some kind of trace, you'd sense it everywhere, because crabs have been all over this beach. But there's none here currently, so. And out of character, where you're placing your traps, it's more just going to determine the sort of crab you're going to attract, depending on.
Okay, I guess I'll have her place her trap around here then.
Okay. So we'll say a nice. I'm gonna assume that's a tree. We'll say that's a tree because there's no shade here, so we'll assume that's a shady spot. So.
Okay.
We'll say one was putting hers in the shade. Where does Soda want to put his?
Right where I am.
Soda will also put his kind of in the shade because I think that's another tree-like. Let's make a note. All right, and then everyone needs to roll a survival check to set the trap.
So my survival's -1, but I've still got an 18.
Yeah, I got an 18 as well, and my modifier is +1, so that's a 19.
I'm trying to do math.
It's okay. Take your time.
Okay.
Ooh. Soda was a crab expert. Crab capture expert. Good job. So now that you set the traps, you need to decide. Obviously, you're probably not gonna catch any crabs if you're just standing there, so you have an option. You can either go do something else and come back to check on them later, or you can do, if you want to stick around and see if anything happens, you could roll stealth checks and try to hide somewhere. It's up to you guys.
Maybe we should leave the island and come back. Or like leave this area and come back. A couple hours.
Yeah, what time is it right now? We could like come back tomorrow after the tides have changed.
Well, since you guys wanted to keep going, I'm gonna retcon what I said and that you were meeting Makoto, tomorrow, and you're actually meeting her 2 days. So we'll say it's a new day and it's early in the morning still. So since this is your guys' first activity of this day. So yeah, it's still pretty early. If you guys want to go do something else and come back later in the afternoon or evening, you definitely could.
We'll try crafting another item with a copper ore and quartz. This time going for eyes of my Inuit seeing, so that'd be another smith's and jeweler's tools check. X to craft the frame, aims, and the lenses. Okay, so. And that's 17 on Smith ifs tools to craft the frames, and full or fashioning the blue quartz into new lenses, and that's 23 on the jeweler's tools check.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, you're definitely able to make another magic item to add to your inventory.
Huzzah!
Wilma's very, very productive. She will be definitely ready. It is time to open shop.
Yeah.
We're also going to have to decide what is Grail going to want to do. Well, because I'm assuming Soto, Wilma, Papagina, I think, wanted to open like a bird shop, like sell like bird supplies and stuff. And Lucille, her thing is creating like intricate jewelry. Not really, I don't think she really wants to sell so much as just the artistic part of it. But I imagine they're going to want to do stalls as well, though, is what I'm trying to say. But Grail, would Grail want to open a stall, or would he want to do something else?
This just going, well, Grail just wants to make sure the island is fully built up to the proper standards and to code. There's no flaws, everything's good, and then once it's done, he's going to go find some other project to work on.
Since he was the one who suggested that Hilda hire somebody else to do her stall, you could do her stall for her.
Maybe,
I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but
depends what Grail, if Grail decides to stay in the island or not. If he finds something worth staying for.
Grail's
now,
gonna leave the island?
Right now, it's just a job. It's experience. You
I mean, that's fine. Honestly, I don't care. If you want to make a new character, you can.
It just depends on what happens when everything's all done. When the campaign ends.
Oh, when the campaign ends. Well, the campaign's not going to end before you guys get to open your stalls. Of course you guys are going to get to, sell things and character. I'm saying we need to come up with something for Grail to do at that time.
Ooh.
So one of the ideas is he could help Hilda with her stuff. If he doesn't want to open up his own shop.
It's possible. That's what I would do if I was there, but this is what Grail wants to do.
What does Grail want to do? Yeah, you'll have to think about it, because we'll need to give him something to do. I don't want you sitting around doing nothing while everybody else is selling stuff and dealing with Karens. Karens and Kyles. Anyway, but we can discuss that later.
Maybe Grail will set up a local security, and he'll be one of the sergeants.
We'll think of something. But for now, so Wilma just made a magic item. What does Soto and Grail want to do today while you're waiting for the trap? The crab.
Probably just make sure those kobolds don't destroy the inner building. Like, just spend the most of the day before we go out to the traps, constructing the inn. Make some more progress on it. Yeah.
Alright, so you got the doors pretty much in place. We'll say you're working with the window, trying to get the windows installed now. And then you see two kobolds. They're carrying a window between them, and one trips over a rock and of course, drops the window and shatters the glass. And they hope that you did not see it, and they will try to hide it under some dirt. Just, try to cover it up. And now there's glass all over, buried underneath some dirt.
So that's my day.
Soto, what
No
do you
one's
want to
getting
do?
candy.
While Grail is babysitting kobolds.
Yeah, I think Soda will take some time to spruce up his stall.
How would you like to spruce it up? What would Soto's stall look like?
I'll start by cleaning up after the kobolds, making sure everything's sanded and the screws are in properly. Yeah, I think he'd paint it. Add some stain and paints. Throw a nice rug over the counter. Hang up some tarps. Make it look nice.
What would be that seems like it'd be like a charisma thing, I think, wouldn't it? Maybe performance? Yeah, I don't know. Like style and fashion and stuff. Roll me a performance check, see if you...
Performance?
I think so.
Boy, that's 15.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, you're able to definitely fix it up, cover up some of the mistakes that the kobolds might have made to make it much more presentable and much more attractive for your future customers. Polish up some of your furniture nice and pretty. Alright. So, we can just, save time. You guys go back to the island, I'm assuming, to check on your traps to see if you were successful.
Of course.
Let me roll some dice. I will say you all were successful in tracking crabs, but I'm going to roll some dice to see what kinds of crab you caught.
And you attracted crabs with different elements and started an elemental plains war here on the island.
I mean, maybe if you train your crabs, you could kind of, do some Pokemon trainering if you want. Host little crab battles.
Those poor snaps on the mainland. They'll never know the true joy of a crab knife fight.
We'd have to cozyfy it a bit, No crabs were hurt in the making of.
Oh, yeah, it can look pretty now.
Alright, so Grail put his near the water. Grail, you found a thunder crab. Let me write this down so you guys.
Oh, then I will keep the thunder crab.
And I'll post a picture just to remind you. I don't know if you guys I think you guys ran into this one, but just in case, I'll post what it looks like.
I think we did.
I totally did not rip these off of the Genshin slime designs. That is definitely not where... okay, that would be a lot. Yeah, I definitely ripped them off of the Genshin slime crabs. For some reason, there's a random snowflake there, but but yeah, that's the thunder crab.
It's implying that this crab is a bit of a dramatic sook.
It makes very loud noises with its little claws.
Dirt buddy, you're going in a pie.
Wilma and Soda both went for the shade. Wilma, you found an ice crab. In your little trap. And Soto got
Well, I guess if there's these things around, that explains how that Yeti guy can stay and to wear thick furs on a tropical beach.
Soto, you got a lightning crab. I'm pretty sure. I'll show it again anyway, but I'm pretty sure you guys faced that one when you first came here. The Zappy Zap crab. It's the one that almost killed Grail when he got possessed by the siren and was running in the middle of Zappy water. They were almost the death of him. But yes, so good job. You all got crabs and you can decide if you want to keep them or if you want to sell them to Myla for 100 gold. I say if you want to keep them, I'll put their little tokens at your guys' houses and you can place them wherever you want.
No, I was hired for a job, so I'm going to go take mine back to Myla.
Okay.
And Wilma really wants to get paid.
It's all about the money. What about Soto? Does Soto want to sell his too?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it to Myla.
Alright, excellent. Myla appreciates your donation to the name of science. And maybe she will find a good use for the crabbies. And there will definitely not be a festival that centers around crab battles in the near future. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, so y'all can add another 100 gold to your inventories for now.
I've got so much gold in this. Way more gold than I ever had in Humblewood. or Strahd part. Or Strahd, either one.
Yeah. And you guys, there's also shops you guys can buy from. If you guys want to do some shopping to save time, you can do it now.
Now, that was something we definitely have to wait for the other players for.
It's very important that everybody be here. Well, I was going to have, so I can talk a little bit about, this will be a future session, a couple sessions from now, because, so, just a little heads up of what's to come. We're going to do the guided tours. That's going to take 2 sessions. The first one, you guys are going to go through the rainforest with Makoto. And then for the second one, you guys will have a little beach episode with Sayori. So those will take care of the guided tour. And then
Wait,
probably...
so it doesn't spoil on the recording. Is this the session, the end of the session now? We don't
you guys want it to be?
We don't want to record what future plans are coming up, and then people might.
I mean,
get
they can always clip it. I mean, it's fine. It's a preview next time on the Island of Dreams.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
I'm gonna go ahead and, since you guys will need to go over this eventually, I was gonna wait a little bit, but I mean, there's no harm in sharing it with you now. My merchant rules, so you guys have a better understanding of how it's gonna work, because it's a little different. Obviously, like I said, this campaign is very experimental, so a lot of, I'm the type of, obviously you probably guessed by now, I like coming up with my own rules, so my own way of doing things.
Oh! You don't say.
Can't help it. I'm an idea person. I come up with ideas. Hopefully it should be shareable. Let me check.
It says I do need access.
Alright, hold on. I forgot to change it. Alright, anyone with my...
Oh.
just in case. I don't know how it works. I don't know if I have to reshare the link or not, but there. It should allow access now. So, aside from treasures you guys picked up in session, I'm just gonna assume your characters have been gathering stock outside a session as well. You can have a little stock of less expensive trinkets and things, like a pretty but non-magical comb that it costs like 1 gold piece. You may come up with a list of a dozen or so inexpensive non-magical things you want to sell, but it's not necessary. You'll have an equal opportunity to earn the same amount of gold regardless. So you guys get to come up with 3 most valuable items. It doesn't have to be a legit D&D item. It can be homebrewed. So, for example, a magic spoon that stirs itself. There are some rules, though, just to keep things fair and even. The price and rarities of these 3 most expensive items are going to depend on your character level. Currently, you can only sell items that are common rarity, and the maximum price for them will be set to 100 gold. Your customers may try to haggle for a better deal, but you don't have to honor them. You can make what we'll call counter offers to attempt to persuade them to pay closer to full price, as long as your counter offer doesn't exceed 100 gold. You can also sell anything you have in your inventory that you don't want to keep, even if it's a higher rarity item, but you can't go over that maximum price point. So if it's a rare item you think it's worth more than 100 gold, I'd suggest holding on to it until you guys level up more. And then once we get to the price point where you think it's worth, then you can sell it. Every 2 levels, the rarity and max price will go up. For example, once the party reaches level 4, you can start selling uncommon treasures as your most expensive items, and at the maximum price point of 500 gold. And then at the end, you guys will get to do some shopping. If you want to do your shopping, this is your designated shopping episode that you get. So you guys have a chance to finally spend all the gold that you've earned, and I'll have a list of all the NPCs items which you can purchase. Yeah. I say nothing exceeding the character level price, but that's a lie. I've already started adding uncommon items to my merchant list, so ignore that. But yeah, that's pretty much
and I've literally made 2 uncommon items this session.
Yep, yeah, which is fine. Like I said, you can either save them, or you can still sell them. You'll just be selling them at a lower price. It's not necessarily the rarity that matters so much as just the price, because I don't want one person making more than somebody else, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
And then probably what we'll do is every couple sessions, that's my plan anyway, we'll do one of these little marketing sessions. So we'll probably only get to do the level 2, the common one, the level 2 one, which you guys will be doing, like I said, probably after the guided tours. You guys will be doing the grand opening where the visitors come, and you guys will be selling your stuff. And then that'll probably be the only one you guys will be doing, because once we reach level 4, I think that's when we're going to take a break from this campaign and let Joel take over. Goes to Salt Marsh or whatever he plans on doing.
Well, that's what everyone wants to do.
Yeah. Well, whatever you guys want to do, I think that's where I want to stop, because I want time to prepare more for the later. I still want to go. I would like to go up to level 10 if you guys are enjoying the cozy campaign, even though it's a little cozy, chaotic, and very, like I said, experimental, very different. But I'd be fine with going up to level 10, but I would need time to prepare, because all that's going to be homebrewed. Because Stormwreck Isle, which is what the dungeons and stuff and story has been loosely at least based off of, that's that only goes up to level 4, so
Not a bad starting adventure, just the standard Stormwreck Isle.
yeah, it is. I like it. It's interesting. I've definitely made taking some creative liberties, but
Just a little.
just a little bit. But well, I wanted to make it cozier, no zombies, no dead dragons, nothing like that. So, there's lots of dead stuff.
Oh, you're gonna love Ghost of Saltmarsh then.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm prepared for it. As long as I get a break to work on my cozy campaign. I can deal with the gloom and doom every week.
Yeah, I think so. I think next session, when we have everyone here, we do our little guided tour thing.
Yes. Do your guided tour. You're gonna get a camping episode and then a beach episode.
Where we must
And then
do
probably
battle
a
with
bridge.
horrible creatures that are invading the island. Creatures that Amona could easily deal with herself, but she's getting her makeover right now, so she can't be bothered getting up.
Oh,
She's got her mask thing on, sleeping, she can't fucking be bothered.
or it looks like a horde of Sofwagan are about to invade Avia during each episode. Oh, but when you look closer, it turns out they're just armed with super soakers.
Ah! The horror! Yeah, then it turns out the super soakers are filled with acid. Suddenly it's scary again. Maybe we could have some of the whatevers visit the island. You never know. I wouldn't mind seeing Kulan and Nolan pop up.
Maybe they're already there. Do you want me to...
I think we would know if Kulan and Nolan were on the island.
I mean, I could literally share the letter that Austin was supposed to get.
No, not allowed.
I want to share it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna post it.
Nah. Wait till
Yeah.
Austin's here, then you can share it.
Spoilers.
Yeah, and if the session proper is over, I think that's a good point for me to stop recording.
Yeah, go ahead.